Hello, everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Katie, and this is Saturday Solutions. We come together at this time to see what answers, what solutions we can find for our daily woes, troubles, all that wonderful stuff. So today, I'll tell you a little bit about what this reading is about. First card that we pull comes from the Mystical Shaman deck by Colette Aaron Reed. And with that deck, we look for our current situation. What is our current situation? The next thing we look at is, what are our hopes and dreams? And for that, we use the Shaman's Dream by Colette Aaron Reed. Yes, another one by Colette Aaron Reed. And to find out how do we get from where we're at to where we want to be, we use the Enchanted Map, also by Colette Aaron Reed. So, we will also pull a card from Spirit. Just a general message to help us make it through the week, because the week ahead, you think the energies were crazy this week. They're just going to continue in the same vein in the week coming. So we find out what chakra's blocked. And just a general message from Spirit. Before we start, I do have one little thing of housekeeping. I just wanted to say thank you very much, Ivana Intuitive, for coming to the Lightworkers Roundtable on Thursday. What a lovely person. What a beautiful lady. You're welcome on my channel any day. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. And, just kick back, relax, and then talk. And I loved every minute of it. Our energy was great together. And let's get together and do something again. And something where we're doing readings the whole time. So, without ado, let's find out what is our current situation. You've heard me shuffling over here. Let's see. Spirit, tell us, what is our current situation? And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. This is our card. Oh boy. I love it. Let's put it right here so we can focus on that. The Wild Woman. I kind of feel like that's how I felt. Like I need to be wild and live life with abandon right now. Like, if I don't have time, but at the same time, it's like my heart, you see her heart's upside down. You know what happens when your heart's upside down? All the love runs out. See down here, she doesn't have much darkness that she's dancing her way through. This is an 8 card, which is about accomplishment, action, and mastery. We have a new moon coming. Nature's bringing that to our attention. We do have a new moon coming this week, we also have a change of seasons coming. And this card is, once again, that card reminding us this is a time of harvest, a time of celebration. We want it to be that. We don't want it to be a time of fear. And because it's also in a time of elections, it's a time of fear. It's a time of wonder. It's a time of game playing. When we want to be wild and free and harmonious, we have to be held back, held down, so that we pay attention to what's going on around us, so we can attain what we're looking for, so we can have that accomplishment and that action of mastery. Because we are all masters, you know. We are all masters. This card is also reminding us is when you get tired, when you feel fatigued, do whatever it takes to make you happy. If that means putting on music and dancing like she is, put on some music and dance. Let's get this light on a little brighter. I guess that's better. Dance. Have a good time. Don't be so concerned about what's going on around you. Can you change the stuff that's going on outside? If you go inside and you find that heart is upside down and all the love can leak out. When that love leaks out, it just makes room for more to come in. And when that love leaks out, it feels so good to be loving and kind instead of angry and confrontational. I think we're all hungry for that. I think we're getting pretty tired of the kicking the advocate and confrontational speech and speak. I think people are just tired. Tired of the rhetoric. Tired of the fear-mongering. And tired of the lies. So you look at her face. Her face is like, tell me that again. Look at her. See her? Does she look like she's concerned with what she's hearing? I don't think so. Her heart is wide open. See all the love leaking out and reaching out? She's receiving and she is sending. Sorry, there's a little slit in that board that because it's black on black, it's hard to see. So let's find out what our hopes and what's our goals. What do we want for the coming days, weeks, months, the rest of this year? I mean, we don't have very many months left, you guys. September's half over. Can you believe that? September is half over. It blows my mind. Where'd it go? Just, where did it go? 3 more months. That's all we got left. 3 more months of the year. My goodness. So yeah, harvest time is here. The time to measure your abundance. Do you measure your abundance by, oh, that tomato strain didn't work, or oh gee, my corn crop, I had so much corn this year, I don't know, some of it had to go bad. I had to let some of it go to the birds. Or my cherry trees were so loaded with cherries this year that the birds went nuts before we could get to them. What do we want? We want the jeweled web. Seem to have a thing for sixes this time. We want to be a part, an awake, shining, and open part, connected to each other of that web that we're a part of, the collective web. We're wanting to feel that so that we can shine. Each one of these little lights here is someone's soul, someone's light energy. Yeah, even the little butterfly down here. That light energy has just transitioned. Oh, look, there's a dragonfly. It's going through the same thing. Fascinating. This is what we want. We want to visibly see the transformation that we know is happening. It's happening all around us, but there's so much darkness. It's hard to see. It's darn near impossible to see. That's crazy. Why? People, why? I don't understand. The 6th card, that's harmony, it's cooperation, it's healing. You notice all of these lights have a greenish tint to them? That's your heart, that's healing. Her heart is green. Back here, where the light is, where life is, that's green, it's healing. Celebrating the harvest so that we can share our abundance with each other in harmony through connectivity. That's what we want. We want to be able to cooperate with each other in harmony, because when you do that, everybody wins. Everyone wins. How? I mean, we've got a mile between these two cards. How do we get from this dancing and trying to feel the abundance? And I emphasize trying, because some of us really don't feel it. I feel like some of us are skeptical of the abundance that we've been saying is coming over and over and over again. So it's hard for you to dance like a wild woman. This is why I encourage my subscribers to be moon dancers. That doesn't mean you just dance on the new and the full moon. That means you go outside and dance whenever you feel like it in the dark, when the moon is shining, when the moon is shining on you. Put your favorite tunes in your ears and go outside and dance around your yard. Nobody has to see you if you don't want them to. It's up to you. Invite them. If someone sees you and wonders what the heck is that neighbor doing, invite them to join you. You know, might become a neighborhood thing. You never know. You never know. Can you imagine a whole neighborhood of people out dancing to the moon in the streets? Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be? Oh, I love that idea. Nothing like a little ego in that idea, Katie. Turn the whole world into moon dancers and have them dancing in the street at your whim. Yeah, okay. Oh, nothing like a little mad scientist in those thoughts, huh? That's so funny. You like my woodpecker feather? It's been on here for weeks now. You just couldn't see it for everything else, so I thought, well, it needs a place of honor. It's amazing when you look down, you hear a woodpecker or a bird fly over, and they're complaining loudly, and you look down and there's a feather come from that bird. It's kind of cool. So, how do we get from being the wild woman focused on just the individual and survival, and trying to stay unconditionally loving, but we're still focused on the individual, to being focused on the connectivity of the web, the connectivity of the collective, what we're all a part of, that net, that web, those little lights. That's you, that's me. So what? Okay. What do we need to know? Once again, an 8 card, the deep freeze. You ready for the winter? This card doesn't always mean the winter, because this lion is not necessarily frozen. He's just asleep. You see his paws dangling here in the water. And it's kind of interesting that this water right here is bubbling. It's not frozen. And that's where the lion's paw is. Is that the heat from the lion causing this to melt and become like this? Looks like the water is not frozen behind the lion anywhere either. Maybe where the branch hits the water. But it looks like most of this is right here. In the foreground is where the deep freeze is. This tells me we're in for another long winter. Get yourself ready. If you must, grow your hair, grow your beard, whatever you do to keep warm. Because your warmth is going to be what's keeping your surroundings comfortable. You got your paw in the flow, so you're not frozen. This is also a perfect time for sleep, rest, and thinking. Now that's hard to do with an election coming up. And a really important one. But we'll find a way. We always do. We always do. Oh, so this map's telling us to get from being this wild woman, individual thinking, to thinking about what is best for the whole, is to go inside. It's almost to the point of being cold to those on the outside, because you need to focus on you and what is keeping you warm, alive, and growing. We don't want to stagnate like this water back here, cold and stagnant. We want to keep it stirred up with our warmth so we can stay in the flow. And by staying in the flow, that's how you join the connectivity of the web, of the network we belong to. Forgive me, I needed a drink of water. Dry throat. Yeah. Wow. So basically, we're being asked this week, or in the weeks to come, weeks and months to come, to change our thinking from being this individualized, wild, abandoned, to going inside to find the connection to each other through the connectivity of the web. And we do that by going deep inside. And it may take months, weeks, years, whatever, going deep inside. Apparently, we definitely got a chakra blocked. So this is the Kalidadope deck, Swatches of Chakra, by Crystal Benner. And let's see what we get. What are we going to get? What chakra do we need to work on to open this up for us? This deck's kind of hard to shuffle. It's so small. But it's supposed to represent paint swatches. You know, you go to the paint store and you get your samples of paint. They're not very big. You know, the last couple weeks have been difficult. And I've been pretty stressed, and it's kind of weird, you know? I don't know why. So, tell me, what chakra is blocked, please? Yeah, it's that one sticking up. Well, guys, it's our root chakra. Again. It's our foundation. Physical body. It's in the physical body. So, your root chakra is the center for your physical health, your center for home, your center for stability, survival. It's the material world, and it's grounding. What you doing to ground yourself lately? When it is balanced, you have physical vitality. Vitality, what's that? You feel safe and you feel secure. You trust easier. You are patient and you're financially secure. You're connected to nature. You have perseverance and you have a strong foundation. You're feeling healthy and a sense of belonging. I don't know about you, but with all these planets in retrograde, the moon's doing their thing, the energy is all over the place. So it is not a surprise that our root chakra is being affected, you guys. Kind of got us off kilter a little. Hell, it's got me off kilter a lot. I've actually had to just kind of hold back, stand back, and places that I've loved going on YouTube and stuff in the chat, I haven't been able to participate. For some reason, it's just not coming. I have a lack of energy. I don't know about you. I feel insecure. I have a fear of security and safety being gone. I also have a fear of that security and safety holding me back. I just have a fear of fear. I'm physically weaker, yes. I'm a lot easier to anger. And yeah, got financial worries. Made stupid procrastination decisions this week that got me in trouble. And And thanks to the kindness of supporters and subscribers, I'm no longer in trouble. Thank you. This is one reason why you don't worry about your finances. When you reach out and ask for help, it's there for you. It's just a matter of asking. And sometimes having to ask makes you eat humble pie, and that can be a bitter, bitter taste. But it's good for you. Good for you to say, hey, I screwed up. Can you help me? And the fact that you don't do that when you do need help makes you feel anxious, makes you indecisive, makes you procrastinate, and it also makes you greedy because you're trying to put it off as long as you can and hold on to that money to, well, maybe you could buy something else if. So you're being selfish because you're not giving either. You're hoarding. You're holding on to your money. You're holding on to your things. You're holding on to the material world. So that makes you out of touch with reality. Because let me tell you right now, you may think that what you can see and feel and touch is reality. Is it? Is it really? Is it truly reality? Now, the stones that will help with this, they're all red or black. Jet, natural jet is very black. Red jasper, black tourmaline, and onyx. And you know, onyx comes in both shades of reds, golds, whites, and blacks. Carry any one of those stones with you. It'll help absorb negative energy coming out of you, coming towards you from someone else. Yeah. Carry one of those on you this week, every day this week. It'll help. And the affirmations that you need to say, write these down and say them 3 times a day. I feel safe and secure. I am grounded and stable. I trust myself. I have everything I need. My physical needs are abundantly met. And with that, I have one question for you. Do you have a roof over your head? Are you listening to me on a computer, cell phone, or a tablet? I would say you have abundance. You have so much compared to so many who do not have what you have, who cannot even watch me at all. Not saying watching me is abundance. I'm just saying you can't watch YouTube because you don't have access to the internet. Okay? So as part of your physical body, also take care of it this next week or so. Lighten up on the food you're eating. Incorporate more fresh fruits and vegetables. It is harvest season. Start looking forward to bringing in things like pumpkin and squash. Those things are all coming into harvest now. And practice earthing. You know, we've talked about that many times on this channel. Take your shoes and socks off and go for a walk outside. Just walk in the soil, walk in the grass. Even just sit down in the grass. Lay in the grass and make grass angels instead of snow angels. Or when you're dancing to the moon, take your shoes off and dance in the soil to the moon. Dance in the grass to the moon. I promise you, you'll feel a difference in your body. It's a way of honoring your connection to the earth. And in that connection, you will find respite from insomnia, and most of all, respite from the stress of life. So I've been shuffling the Angels and Ancestors deck so that we can find out what is a message from Spirit for us. We desperately need some guidance this week. I know I do. Take charge of your life. Take charge of the things that you can around you. And do it with authority. Don't do it all wishy-washy. Set boundaries and stand by those boundaries. You'll find your life becomes a lot more comfortable, a lot more stable, and definitely a lot more grounded. When you are so adaptable that you're like the blade of grass in the wind, sometimes you don't know which way to blow. And you get tired of being blown around. So you have to take a stand. You have to take a stand for what you believe in, what you stand for, and what's important to you. And I know that sounds like being the selfish person here, but this is not what I'm saying. When you're taking a stand for something that is important, that usually means a cause. So many causes to take a stand about: humanitarianism, environmentalism, changing of governments, freedom of speech, freedom of vote, just freedom in general. All of that. Believe me, there are those around us who have been taking charge with authority to take those things away from us for millennia. Don't you think it's time that we do it and take it back? And I don't mean violently. I mean, just don't be quite so adaptable. Yes, it's important to be flexible and to adapt to your surroundings and to your situation, because that's how you learn. I know myself, I've gotten myself into some pretty big pickles in the past, and yeah, all a learning situation, all of it. And until I set boundaries with myself, I kept making those mistakes over and over and over again. And I couldn't figure out why I was so darn miserable. Everybody else had authority in my life but me. Go figure. I needed to take charge. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I have done. And all of a sudden, it's amazing the confidence that comes out by standing your ground and standing by your boundaries. Now, I used to know a woman who taught, don't even use the word boundaries around me, because that's putting yourself in a wall, behind a wall, and limiting yourself. And I'm like, no, that is setting up the point where people learn where they go too far with you. That's all. That's all a boundary is supposed to be. It's that limit, yes. But it's not your limit. It's their limit. It's what you're willing to accept in behavior. It's what you're willing to accept in criticism. It's what you're willing to accept in love. Yeah, I said what you're willing to accept in love. Are you loving and kind? If you're loving and kind, that's part of taking charge with authority. And will be reciprocated back to you in kind. Use your authority. Use your light. It's time for your perseverance and persistence. We have one more message. This is from the Untethered Soul. What are you wanting to leave us with this time, Spirit? What are you wanting us to learn this week? What are you wanting us to think about this week? Wow, that one like jumped at me. This is from Going Beyond category. True freedom is very close. It's just on the other side of your walls. And that's very, very appropriate, considering I was just talking about setting boundaries and taking your own authority. I said set boundaries. I didn't say build walls. I didn't say shut people out. I said let them in. But let them in safely. Only let them into certain parts of you, not to all of you. Okay? Because true freedom really is just on the other side of those limitations you set for yourself. Because you are an unlimited being, believe it or not. You're one of these lights back here on this web. Those lights don't twinkle and then go out. They burn and burn and burn. Energy is not created or dissipated. It has no beginning and no end. Energy just is. True freedom is very close. It's just on the other side of your walls. There's something else for you to think about. A friend of mine once told me, you're only sick as your secrets. What are you hiding? What are you hiding from yourself? What are you hiding from the universe? And because you can't hide anything from the universe. It knows more about you than you do. What are you hiding from those around you? And what you're hiding, is that your walls? If it is, yeah. Those walls, are they your secrets? And if they are your secrets, maybe that's what's making you feel uncomfortable, and you need to deal and open up about those secrets. However that takes form, can be with a spiritual guide, with your spirit guide, with a teacher, with a shaman, with a pastor, with anyone that you feel spiritually drawn to, that you can trust for advice. That's hard. How do you know? How do you know? You can feel it. You can tell. If you really are open, you can tell who the people are that are going to help you, or the people who just want to collect your money. So, but don't worry, because true freedom is very close. You know, we've been getting this, everybody has been getting 9s and 10s and 9s and 10s all week long. We're at a period of fruition. We're at a period of completion. And I come from the computer world. So when you get a program or website ready, and you have your date that you're going to go live, and you're all set to go, do you go just flip the switch and go live, or do you do test runs first? And on those test runs, do those test runs are they always successful on the first try? Or do you have to keep trying and trying until you get all the bugs worked out? You know what? Life is that way. Don't worry about having to work out the bugs. You got this. We've got this. Yeah, tough times are coming, but you know what? Tough times have been here. Tough times have been coming for a while now, and they come and they go, and we're still waiting for them to come. But you know what? We're going to wake up one morning and it's already happened and it's done. And oh, look at the newness. Look what's happening. I thank you very much for coming. If you're new to this channel, I thank you for lasting all the way to the end. And if you liked what you heard, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with someone if you think it might help them. Also, if you want to come back for more, subscribe and hit that bell with the all beside it, the word all. Hit the all bell so that YouTube will know you want to be notified when I post something new. And with that, I will leave you for the rest of your weekend and for your Saturday. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. Be kind to everyone around you, especially those who are not kind to you. But most of all, it is imperative that you be kind to yourself. Take good care of yourself and love yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.